Did you know that many of your negative emotions may be connected to past traumas, even if you don't remember them? Traumas are like invisible scars, shaping the way we think, feel, and react. In this episode, we will help you identify how past experiences influence your current behavior, how the body responds to trauma, and most importantly, how to begin healing from those traumas. If you want to dive deeper into understanding your emotions, this chapter is essential for your healing journey. Don't miss a single second of this video. Traumas are events or situations that the body and mind perceive as extremely stressful or threatening. This can range from an unexpected loss, an accident, or a violent experience to smaller repeated occurrences over time, such as constant criticism or emotional neglect. When something traumatic happens, the brain goes into a state of high alert, and this reaction can last for years, even after the danger has passed. The brain, especially the limbic system, is where these traumas become stored. When we relive traumas, whether consciously or unconsciously, it can trigger a constant state of fight, flight, or freeze. This prolonged alertness can lead to symptoms like anxiety, depression, insomnia, and even physical pain. That's why you might feel as if you're living on autopilot, repeatedly experiencing negative emotions without knowing exactly why. Not all trauma is caused by a single catastrophic event. There are different types of traumas that can affect people in various ways. Here are the main ones. Acute trauma. This type of trauma stems from a single stressful or dangerous event, such as an accident, a sudden loss, or an experience of violence. These events can leave a deep mark, causing fear and anxiety responses even years later. Chronic trauma. Unlike acute trauma, chronic trauma results from repeated exposure to traumatic situations. This can be physical or emotional abuse, continuous bullying, or even living in a constantly stressful environment, such as a dysfunctional home. These traumas can slowly erode self-esteem and mental health. Complex trauma. This type is the result of exposure to multiple interconnected traumas, often occurring during childhood, such as abuse, neglect, or abandonment. This can lead to deeper emotional, relational, and cognitive difficulties, as the trauma directly impacts a person's development. Microtraumas. Small situations that may seem insignificant when isolated, but when accumulated over time, can have a major impact. This includes experiences like constant criticism, rejection, or feeling perpetually inadequate. Although microtraumas are not as obvious, they can deeply affect self-esteem and how we perceive ourselves in the world. How do you know if you're stuck in a trauma? The signs can be subtle, but here are some of the most common. Intense emotional reactions. Small situations trigger big emotional outbursts. Someone might make an innocent comment, but you react disproportionately, feeling extreme anger, sadness, or anxiety. Avoidance behavior. If you're avoiding places, people, or situations that remind you of something painful, it could be a sign that the trauma is still active. Sometimes this avoidance is so unconscious that you may not even realize you're doing it. Difficulty trusting others. Trauma, especially related to relationships, can make it hard for you to trust people, always expecting to be hurt or betrayed. Feeling stuck in the past. Constantly reliving the same painful memories or emotions as if time hasn't passed is a clear sign that the trauma is still controlling you. Physical responses. Trauma can also manifest physically. Frequent headaches, muscle tension, digestive issues, insomnia, or even heart problems can result from the body still reacting to past trauma. Depression is often a symptom of unresolved trauma. Deep traumas can lead to a continuous feeling of hopelessness and emotional exhaustion. When we don't confront and resolve our traumas, they can accumulate, weighing down our minds like a constant cloud of sadness and demotivation. This is where depression can take hold. Trauma-related depression can be even harder to treat because it involves not only the symptoms of depression, but also the emotional weight of unprocessed painful experiences. This is why treating depression often requires a deeper dive to heal the underlying wound that is fueling this state. Overcoming trauma is not an easy path, but it is possible. Healing begins with acknowledging that the trauma exists. Here are some strategies to start this process. Therapy. Talking to a therapist, especially a trauma specialist, can help organize your emotions and thoughts. Techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, have been extremely effective in treating trauma. Self-awareness. Practicing self-observation and recognizing behavior patterns linked to traumatic experiences is essential. Keeping an emotion journal can help identify triggers and reactions. Self-compassion. We are often our harshest critics. Learning to be kind to yourself, especially in moments of pain, is a crucial step in overcoming trauma. Trauma does not define who you are, and you deserve to be treated with compassion. Creating new narratives, reframing painful experiences is a way to transform trauma into a source of strength. This does not mean ignoring what happened, but learning to see it from a new perspective, as something that can help you grow. Today, we delve deeply into how trauma shapes our lives, behaviors, and even our physical health. But remember, no matter how difficult the path may seem, there is always a way out. Identifying your traumas and taking the first step toward healing is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. Every decision you make related to yourself, you must understand that these are investments in a healthier life. And when it comes to investing in your mental health, remember that this investment opens new paths in all areas of your life, as it involves changing your way of seeing the world. In the next chapter, we will dive even deeper into practical strategies to overcome trauma and restore your emotional health. Don't forget, the first step is recognizing it. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and share with those you know who need help, or even a little push to start changing their lives. Help us help others. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.